The Jaguars are going to be facing the Washington Commanders in week 1 of the 2022 regular season, a team that's led by quarterback Carson Wentz, who used to play for the Colts, who we embarrassed. I'm going to be giving you the full overview of this game and game preview. You're going to be hearing it from Duval's finest. Let's get it. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Andrew coming back at you with another episode of the Jaguar podcast. In today's episode, I'm going to be doing a game preview of the week 1 matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Washington Commanders. So let's get into it. I am super excited about this game. Obviously, the first football game for the Jaguars in the 2022 regular season. Two teams that are kind of banged up with injuries. The Commanders have Cam Curl, who will not be playing safety for the Commanders. And then they have Logan Thomas, who is questionable, a great tight end for the Commanders as well. And then I believe Cole Turner, who's like a rotational, like backup tight end, he'll be out for the Commanders. Then the Jags will be having left tackle Cam Robinson. He'll be questionable, with a ankle injury. And then Foley Fatukazi, our nose tackle, he will be questionable with a calf injury. So could have an impact on the Jaguars, right? Their starting left tackle possibly not playing. So Walker Little may get the start. And then Foley Fatukazi, a guy who we brought in free agency and gave a big contract, he might not be starting. So Devon Hamilton will likely be playing or starting in his place. But I feel pretty confident about that. I probably am a little bit more concerned about the Cam Robinson situation. Obviously, him having a lot of injury trouble and, him not being a guy that would be playing in this game, protecting Trevor's blind side. So Walker Little would really have to step up, a guy who hasn't gotten a lot of reps and hasn't had a really good preseason. But, you know, going into kind of the strategy for Jacksonville, I think they're going to really have to ground and pound the football. It's going to be a mixture of, carries between ETN and James Robinson, who will be active for this game, coming off of a torn Achilles. So major injury there, but coming back off of that, I think he'll probably not be getting as many carries. They're probably trying to ease him into the workload there. So ETN or maybe a guy like Snoop Connor might be getting more of the workload there from the running game. But the Jags are going to have to mix that up. They're going to have to get the passing game going, maybe work Agnew in there with the running game, kind of that X factor, and go to him in the passing attack as well, because he's proved that he's that kind of dual threat guy. But the offensive line is going to have to play well, especially the interior guys like Luke Fortner, who's going to be a rookie starting center. That's a tough position to play. And, it's a huge learning curve. He's going to have to learn the protections. He's going to have to, get comfortable with Trevor Lawrence and with the snaps and that Washington Commanders defensive line is really good. You got guys like Jerron Payne, Jonathan Allen. So, the interior guys like the guards, left guard, right guard. So talking about guys like Ben Barch and Sheriff are going to be having good games. They have to be getting push so that we can get the running game going, because Washington has a very good defensive line. So that'll be integral. The interior linemen have to have good games and have to protect Trevor as well. So let's go into some of those key matchups. To start off with, Jags left tackle Cam Robinson. If he plays, he's going to have a big matchup there with Montez Sweat, defensive end. That'll be something to look out for. He's obviously going to have to win those matchups, minimize Montez Sweat, and make him essentially a non-factor in this game, because he's a great pass rusher. another matchup, terrible Terry McLaurin, the ace wide receiver for the Washington Commanders. We're going to have to shut him down. So him versus it's going to be either Tyson Campbell or Shaq Griffin. I'm really hoping it's Tyson Campbell as opposed to Shaq Griffin. I haven't been impressed with Shaq Griffin's play. Last season, bobbled a bunch of interceptions and just got beaten coverage. So I'm hoping we put either Tyson Campbell or maybe Darius Williams. It's probably going to be Tyson Campbell on Terry McLaurin. So Campbell's going to have a great game. He's going to have to shut down McLaurin because he's pretty much the biggest, threat in the passing game for the Commanders. You also have Samuel there, another pretty good wide receiver. So we're going to have to shut him down as well. We're going to have to shut down the running game, right? With Gibson, we're going to have to the defensive line there with Hamilton at nose tackle and some of the interior guys like Smoot and Gotsis and Roy Robertson Harris. So they're going to have to, clog up those holes and let the linebackers fly around and make tackles and not let those linemen get to the second level and be able to block them. So that's going to be really crucial. Linebackers, Aluakon and I'm blanking on his name. The first round draft pick that we had out of Utah. It'll come to me, but they're going to have good games as well, and going to have to make tackles. We got to tackle well. Obviously, we got to get pressure on Carson Wentz, a guy that we embarrassed pretty much in week 17 of last season. We made him look really bad, and we got to continue that. So, going back to the matchups there, like Trayvon Walker, Jaguars, edge rusher versus Charles Leno Jr., left tackle for the Washington Commanders. That's going to be another matchup that you really need to look out for because, I think it's going to be integral in the Jaguars winning this game. Special teams. I mean, we got to make our field goals. We got to make our extra points. So, that's going to be another thing to look out for. Our kickers, got to be making our kicks, got to be making extra points. So I think it's going to be a close game. I think maybe within a touchdown. I think the Jaguars pull away with a win here for game one. I think we beat the Commanders. And I think it's going to be a fun one to watch. I'm really excited about this. But let me know how you guys feel about this matchup between the Jaguars and the Commanders. Leave me a comment on the YouTube video or podcast episode. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Check out every morning quarterback podcast. I'll be doing our locker room series with them, and then also FL Teams, who I post my content on their website, a Florida sports website. They do great coverage of all Florida sports teams. It's flteams.com. Link in the video description. Subscribe to the channel, guys, if you want to support my work. Stay safe, stay sane, stay healthy. Go Jags, and I'll see you next time. Duval! What's up, everybody? It's Andrew from the Jaguar Podcast. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, there's more content over here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as always. And remember, this is a podcast, so you can find this pretty much wherever you find podcasts. There I'll be doing interviews of current and former Jaguars players, including Joe Schobert, DeJuan Smoot, Shaq Quarterman, etc. And I also do interviews of former Jaguars players, including Natron Means, Jimmy Smith, Tom McManus, etc. So be sure to check out the podcast, subscribe to it, stay safe, stay sane, stay healthy, go Jags, and I'll see you next time.